This is a unique video, and I'll be honest, I am conflicted on it because on the one hand, you have traffic code, and we know that traffic code just completely tramples on and violates the rights of Americans. And I'm talking about the unalienable rights that are discussed in the Declaration of Independence. We don't have rights because we have a constitution. We don't have, for example, gun rights because we have a Second Amendment. We don't have a right to be secure in our persons, houses, papers, and effects because we have a Fourth Amendment. We have those rights because we were born with them. And if the argument is, no, we don't have those rights, you can't prove that there are rights, I would just say, okay, I will give you that. But we know that no other human being has the right to deprive another person of any level of freedom. And if they do, then they should be okay when somebody else deprives them of freedoms. And I don't think anybody's willing to go there. The case with traffic law is it inherently takes away your rights, because as soon as you are pulled over, you are not free to go. You're not free to just start your engine back up and travel down the road, because you know what will happen. And the only reason they pulled you over is because something was wrong with your registration, or your tag wasn't properly illuminated, or in the case we're about to watch right here, your headlight was out. There was some kind of traffic violation, and that gives me, the law enforcement agent, justification to pull you over. So on the one hand, I realized from the get-go that traffic law violates rights, that traffic law tramples the Constitution that the law enforcer said he would protect and defend. On the other scale, I view traffic cops as pirates, like the pirates on the high seas. These are road pirates. They are there to generate revenue for the state. They may say they're there for traffic safety and to keep everybody on the roadway safe, and this is for the general welfare, but it's really to generate revenue. I mean, just in traffic tickets alone, law enforcement agencies all across the have garnered a cumulative total of $6.8 billion in the last year alone. $6.8 billion. That is a windfall for any state or federal agency. So we know it's about revenue generation. We know it's not about serving and protecting, but it's about harassing and collecting. So when you have a road pirate pull you over to harass you in the name of traffic law, they are justifying their existence. They're justifying their action of trampling your rights. So before we watch this, I wanted to talk to you about this. But then there's another element, and that's the human element. The person being pulled over is a human. The person doing the pulling over is a human. And there's a perception that we lend to, the global community. Actually, when anything is recorded, it could potentially be seen by every single person in the world. So there's this perception, there's this human to human interaction that will be judged by a jury of not just our American peers, but global peers. So how things look determine the minds of, simple people, how things are. Oh, if this is how it looks, then this is how it is. This person was rude to this cop. This cop was exceptionally nice. He didn't deserve this treatment. So we're going to kind of look at it from both aspects. And that's why I say I'm conflicted, because I can see a couple of different ways this can play out, but I'm going to let you be the judge of that. Let's take a look at this traffic stop.
Officer Payne, Albany Police Department. I saw you earlier and I noticed your headlight was out, and that's why I've stopped you. Is this your van?
Yes.
Can I see your driver's license, please? Thank you very much. And then do you have the registration and the proof of insurance for me?
I don't have insurance.
Okay. Do you have the registration paperwork?
I don't have it with me.
Okay. What city is the car registered out of?
Ohio.
It's out of Ohio? Okay, were you planning on getting registered here in California, or are you just visiting, or what's the deal?
Yeah, I'm visiting my father.
Okay. Other than talking to the cops, everything okay?
I don't know. What is this ticket gonna run me?
Well, we'll take it one step at a time. So, is everything cool with your driver's license?
You have it right in your hand, sir.
No. I mean, before I check it, though, I'm asking you,
I'm a Class A driver, sir. Cool. Just in hard times with financial shit.
I hear you.
I know you don't care, but that's right.
For me, synonym for road piracy is economic terrorism. I mean, there are people. There's a statistic that I saw a couple years ago that less than 60% or more than 60% of Americans have less than $25 in the bank. They're one paycheck away from going broke for not being able to pay for their lights or put food on the table or pay their mortgage. And one traffic ticket could economically destroy an entire family. That's why I got no love for road pirates. That's why I call road piracy economic terrorism. And even if they're nice road pirates, it's like saying, well, before he stole my car, the carjacker was so kind. I mean, he was so polite. He was well dressed. He had great manners. But he stole your car. What does it matter how nice the carjacker was? Oh, yeah, the thief that held us up at 2 o'clock in the morning and held us up at gunpoint when he was taking our valuables. I mean, he was cracking jokes. He's a pretty funny guy. It's great. It's like, that's beside the fact. He stole your stuff and he put your family's life in jeopardy. So when people say, hey, they say this law enforcement officer was so nice and he was respectful and he was cordial. It's like saying the carjacker was nice, respectful, and cordial. The road pirate, the economic terrorist was nice, cordial, and respectful. The reason he pulled this guy over is because of traffic law. He should have never done that because he took an oath and he's basically saying, hey, I will protect and defend the supreme law of the land, the Constitution. And yet now he's treating traffic law like it trumps the Constitution that he swore to protect, defend, and uphold. He's a hypocrite. These are the worst of the worst, even if they're nice. Nice tyranny is still tyranny. Cordial tyranny is still tyranny.
I know my headlight's out, but I don't have the funds to fix it.
Fixed. Okay, cool. And you don't have insurance. And you have
no, I don't.
And you're a Class A driver. Okay. Can you do me a solid?
I'm glad you get to make $1 million a year, but not everybody gets that luxury right now.
Hey, man, I'm not job shaming anybody. I drove a fucking FedEx truck for 2 years myself. Could you do me a solid? Turn the van off and just chill out.
Sure.
Thanks, bro. I'll be back in a minute.
I'm gonna have to appear in court. Here we go. They keep hiring too many f***ing people for f***ing stupid shit.
Hey, thanks for being patient, man. So, here's the deal. With the reg being expired, it's going to draw the attention of the cops. Driving around without a headlight is going to draw the attention of the cops.
By the way, here's the deal. Another thing I hate about Here's the Deal, and the reason I called this channel Here's the Deal, is because when they say that, they're saying, I'm in control. This is what's going to happen. It's going to go one of two ways. Here's the deal. That's the sentence of a tyrant.
I've been in Berkeley for like half a month, and not a single time have I been pulled over.
Okay, so...
At night, daytime, anytime.
Dude, I'm trying to bend over backwards to not write you a cite for this, but you won't let me get a word in edgewise.
I'm trying to bend over backwards not to steal your tires and your rims, says the carjacker. I'm trying to bend over backwards not to take your wallet. I'm just going to take the money out of your wallet and I'll give you your wallet back. I'm bending over backwards just to take the contents out of your purse. I don't want your purse. You're not doing America or Americans any favors by not doing the thing that you shouldn't have done in the first place.
So all I was going with this, and like I said, I appreciate you being patient, appreciate the fact you got a commercial license. I'm explaining something to you though, okay? Berkeley doesn't pull people over for headlamps. So that's probably why you've been driving around Berkeley for however long you've been driving around Berkeley without a headlamp on. But I'm telling you, outside of Berkeley, which is where we are right now, and all the way over in Albany, California, It's against the vehicle code. It's going to draw the attention of the cops. Having registration that is expired and out of state with a temporary plate on it is going to draw the attention of the cops.
No cop should be enforcing vehicle code. Vehicle code is evil. Why is vehicle code evil, Brian? Because it's economic terrorism. Registration is evil. Proof of insurance, forced insurance is evil. Asking for permission to drive when you have the right to drive. You have the freedom to drive. You have the unalienable right to drive, to travel down the road from point A to point B in your own property without seeking permission from the government, which is what a driver's license is.
So no one's trying to go have it out for you. No one's like, oh, that guy. It's like, dude, it's a freaking vehicle code violation. City of Albany, City of Berkeley, I can't speak for them, but where I work, we stop vehicles at night when they don't have headlights, and we stop vehicles for expired reg. So what would you like me to do?
Before we get to that, when he says, I don't have it out for you, this is just vehicle code. Yeah, that code was written so that you can have it out for everybody. Yeah, you're being indiscriminate. Well, sometimes, because they do show discretion. If it was a fellow officer, it'd be like, oh, flash your badge. Okay, go on about your way. Hey, you're one of us. But vehicle codes and laws are written. The more laws that are written, the less freedoms you have. The more laws are written, the more money they make, the more revenue they generate. It's an excuse to generate more revenue. It's an excuse to steal more money. It is road piracy. We got to look at it the way it is. And the reason I'm crossing my T's and dotting my I's and highlighting this is because when you see how nice this officer was against the backdrop of how rude this driver seems at the end, not even saying thank you for not giving me a ticket, spoiler alert. You know, people tend to go off the deep end. The road pirate didn't do you any favors by not boarding your vessel and stealing your stuff. He didn't do you any favors. But he wants you to think he did you favors.
Because, like I said, bro, I was trying to bend over backwards.
You're kind of like detaining me right now. And
well,
basically,
you are detained. Anytime a traffic stop kicks off, you're detained.
So basically, my voice opinion and my freedoms are taken away. So saying anything, it's just going to jeopardize it worse.
Right.
And you sound like a pretty jumpy character person.
Dude.
He actually doesn't, but I understand why the driver's saying this. You're a corrupt character person for thinking that you have to obey traffic laws to the detriment of your fellow Americans.
I drove to San Francisco today, not a problem.
Yeah, no one cares in San Francisco. No one
drove through Berkeley,
no one cares in Berkeley.
Drove through Oakland. But it's like...
So here's where I'm at with it. Since I'm a pretty jumpy person, I got other people to go talk to. You're valid with your driver's license and you came back not wanted and you're not suspended, so I could really care less. I'm just telling you, as one fellow human being to another, when you drive around with your headlight out and you drive around with expired reg, you can get stopped by the cops for it any time. And by the way, if you throw the attitude with them, throw it with the right one, and they'll tow your van. And they don't care if you're sleeping in it or living in it. They don't care.
I know.
Cool. Here's your license back. Have a fantastic night. Get your stuff fixed. Good night.
Now we're going to watch to the end because he doesn't say thank you. He doesn't act grateful. Just going to watch it to the very end. There's only a couple seconds left. Now people look at this guy and go, what's with the attitude? Instead of looking at the glaring thing, why did you try to economically terrorize this guy, officer? So anytime we have, it's no measure of good mental health to be considered well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. We have such a profoundly sick society that when a road pirate, an extortionist, an economic terrorist acts nice, that's good enough for people. That's all that they see. And all they can see is, you were so rude. You didn't even say thank you. This officer cut you a break. Really, the road pirate cut you a break? He decided not to economically terrorize you, and you're telling me that's a favor? See, when plunder becomes a way of life for a group of men living together in society, they create for themselves in the course of time a legal system which authorizes it and a moral code which glorifies it. Authorizes what? Plunder. Glorifies what? Plunder. And then when people get used to that, it's like, oh, he didn't plunder you. You should say thank you. Say thank you to the purse thief for not stealing Aunt Sadie's purse. Say thank you to the thug at the bus stop because he didn't beat you over the head with a baseball bat when he took your wallet. So we have to understand that there's a situation going on here where we are so far down the road of slavery on the plantation that we're willing to look at this guy who could have gotten economically terrorized as the rude, bad one. And if you look under the comment section, and I'll leave you the link to this video right here so you can look in the comment section. One guy is basically, condemning him for being rude and not being nice to the extortionist, for not saying thank you for not extorting me. So leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. And I have a new political channel called The Disturbing Illusion, where we expose the left versus right paradigm lie going on in the dog and pony show coming out of Washington's District of Criminals. Head on over there, subscribe to that channel, leave a couple comments. Let me know over there that you came over there from over here. I will see you in the next video.